After the age of 50, your legs are quietly losing strength every single week. Even if you walk every day, you might be losing the exact muscles that keep you independent. If you want to stay healthy and independent as you age, hit that subscribe button right now. We share science-backed health tips like this every single day. Over the past 10 years, I have watched thousands of seniors struggle with their mobility. They all notice the exact same pattern. First, it gets a little harder to get out of a deep couch. Next, walks up a steep hill feel much more tiring. Finally, balance starts to feel a bit shaky during quick turns. This is not just a natural part of getting older. It is a specific medical condition that you can actively fight. Today, you will learn how to reverse this hidden muscle loss using simple movements. Now, before we continue, tell me your age and where you are watching from in the comments. This helps us understand who we are helping. Here is what most people get wrong about aging legs. They think that walking or doing daily chores is enough to keep muscles strong. But regular walking only uses a small fraction of your lower body power. A 2022 study from the University of Michigan found that adults over 50 lose up to 5% of their leg muscle mass every decade if they only do casual walking. This hidden muscle loss is called sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is the medical term for the natural loss of muscle tissue as we age. Think of your muscles like a savings account at a bank. If you keep withdrawing money without making new deposits, your balance slowly drops to zero. Walking just maintains your current balance, but it does not make the vital deposits you need. You must challenge your muscles with specific movements to actually trigger new muscle growth. Let me take you deeper into the biology of muscle loss and what you can do to stop it. Sarcopenia is a multifactorial condition, meaning it is caused by several different processes happening at the same time. The first is a decline in anabolic hormones, which are hormones that build tissue, such as testosterone and growth hormone. These hormones naturally decline with age, reducing your body's ability to synthesize new muscle protein. The second is a decrease in physical activity. As we age, we tend to become more sedentary, which accelerates muscle loss. The third is a reduction in protein intake and absorption. Many seniors do not eat enough protein, and even when they do, their digestive systems are less efficient at absorbing the amino acids. The fourth is an increase in inflammatory cytokines, which are signaling molecules that promote inflammation. Chronic inflammation increases the breakdown of muscle tissue. The fifth is a decline in the number and function of satellite cells. Satellite cells are specialized stem cells that are responsible for repairing and regenerating muscle fibers. As you age, the number of satellite cells decreases, and their ability to proliferate and differentiate is impaired. This is why it becomes harder to build muscle as you get older. However, research has shown that resistance exercise can stimulate the proliferation and differentiation of satellite cells, even in older adults. This means that you can still build muscle at any age. The key is to use the right type of exercise and to provide your body with the nutrients it needs to support muscle growth. Now let me tell you about a man named Robert. Robert was 67 years old and had been struggling with his mobility for years. He noticed that he was having difficulty getting out of his favorite armchair. He had to push off with his hands and rock forward several times to stand up. He was also having trouble carrying his groceries from the car to his kitchen. He was worried that he would eventually need to use a cane or a walker. He came to me and said, "I feel like my legs are giving out on me. I don't want to be dependent on anyone." I explained to him that his muscles were not gone. They were simply dormant, like a hibernating bear. With the right exercises, he could wake them up and rebuild his strength. I gave him a simple routine of the exercises I am about to share with you. Within a month, Robert noticed a difference. He could stand up from his chair without using his hands. He could carry his groceries without feeling exhausted. He told me, "I feel like I got my legs back. I'm not afraid of falling anymore." Robert's story is a powerful reminder that you are not powerless against muscle loss. You can fight back and regain your strength. The first exercise that can help you rebuild your leg strength is the supported chair stand. Most people think that standing up from a chair is just a daily movement, but it is actually one of the best tests of true longevity. People often believe they need heavy weights at a gym to rebuild deep thigh strength. That is completely wrong. Your own body weight provides all the resistance your legs need to trigger growth. When you do not challenge these specific muscles, your brain slowly forgets how to turn them on. Think of your nerves like old copper telephone wires. If you do not use them, the signals get weak and static takes over. The supported chair stand cleans up that signal. It targets your quadriceps, which is the large group of 4 muscles on the front of your thigh. These muscles act like the brakes on a car. They absorb the shock every time your foot hits the ground. Let me explain why the chair stand is so effective for building leg strength. The quadriceps are the primary muscles responsible for extending your knee and standing up from a seated position. They are among the largest and most powerful muscles in your body. However, they are also among the most susceptible to age-related muscle loss. When you sit for long periods, your quadriceps are in a shortened, relaxed position. Over time, they begin to atrophy, meaning they shrink and lose strength. The chair stand exercise requires your quadriceps to work against gravity to lift your body weight. This creates a high level of tension in the muscle fibers, which stimulates muscle protein synthesis. The slow lowering phase is particularly important because it involves eccentric contractions. Eccentric contractions are when the muscle lengthens while under tension. These contractions are more effective at building muscle than concentric contractions, where the muscle shortens. This is why you should always lower yourself slowly during the chair stand. A 2021 study from Ohio State University found that older adults who practiced this specific movement 3 times a week improved their lower body power by 24% in just 2 months. To perform this safely, find a sturdy dining chair and place it firmly against a wall so it cannot slide. Sit near the front edge of the seat with your feet flat on the floor, spaced about hip-width apart. Place your hands lightly on the armrests or on your kitchen counter for balance. Pull your belly button in toward your spine to engage your core muscles. Now push firmly through your heels and bring your body to a full standing position. Squeeze your buttocks tight at the top for 1 full second. Slowly lower yourself back down over a count of 3 seconds until your hips touch the seat. Do not just drop down like a rock. The slow lowering phase is actually where the real muscle building happens. Repeat this movement 10 times in a row. To support this muscle building, your body needs proper fuel right after you move. You need amino acids, which are the chemical building blocks that repair broken down muscle tissue. Eating 25 grams of lean protein within 1 hour of this exercise is ideal. You can get this exact amount from 3 large eggs or 1 cup of low-fat Greek yogurt. But wait until you see the next exercise, which protects you from accidental trips and falls. Quick question: have you experienced sudden knee stiffness or trouble getting off the floor? Comment yes or no below. The second exercise is the countertop calf raise. Most people think that balance comes entirely from the inner ear or the brain, but actually your ankles and calves are your body's first line of defense against a fall. When you catch your foot on a rug, your calf muscles must twitch instantly to save you. If those muscles are asleep, you go down. Think of your calf muscles like the rubber tires on a bicycle. If the tires are flat and soft, the bike wobbles and shakes. Strong calves pump blood back up toward your heart against the force of gravity. This prevents blood pooling and reduces swelling in your lower legs. The main muscle here is the gastrocnemius, which is the large muscle that forms the bulge on the back of your lower leg. Let me explain why calf strength is so important for balance and fall prevention. The calf muscles, particularly the gastrocnemius and soleus, play a critical role in maintaining your center of gravity. When you are standing, your calves contract continuously to make tiny adjustments that keep you upright. When you are walking, your calves propel you forward and absorb the shock of each foot strike. When you trip, your calves contract rapidly to stabilize your ankle and prevent you from falling. If your calves are weak, these protective responses are delayed, increasing your risk of falling. The calf muscles also act as a peripheral heart, pumping blood back up from your feet and legs. This is particularly important for seniors, as poor circulation in the lower legs can lead to swelling, varicose veins, and even blood clots. A 2023 study from the University of Florida showed that seniors who performed calf raises regularly reduced their risk of tripping by 38% over a 6-month period. To do this exercise, stand up straight facing your kitchen counter or the back of a heavy sofa. Place both hands firmly on the surface for support. Keep your feet pointing straight ahead, about 6 inches apart. Slowly lift your heels off the ground by pushing down through the balls of your feet. Go as high as you comfortably can, lifting your body straight up toward the ceiling like a string is pulling the top of your head. Hold that peak position for 2 seconds while breathing out. Slowly lower your heels back down until they touch the floor. Try to do 15 repetitions without rushing. If you feel a mild burning sensation in the back of your lower legs, that means the muscle fibers are waking up. To help these specific muscle fibers contract properly, you need calcium. Calcium is a mineral that acts like a tiny spark plug inside your muscles to make them tighten up. Drink 1 glass of fortified almond milk or eat 1 ounce of cheddar cheese daily to get 300 milligrams of calcium. But wait until you see the next exercise, because it targets the hidden muscle that controls your walking stride. The third exercise is the wall-supported side leg lift. Most people think that leg strength is only about moving forward and backward. But actually, the muscles on the sides of your hips control your side-to-side stability. When these side muscles get weak, your walk starts to look like a shuffle or a sway from side to side. Think of your hip muscles like the alignment on your car wheels. If the alignment is off, the car pulls to one side and the tires wear out fast. Weak hip muscles cause your knees to cave inward, which creates severe joint pain. The muscle we are targeting is the gluteus medius. This is a smaller muscle located on the outer side of your hip. It acts like a guy wire on a sailboat mast, holding your pelvis perfectly level every time you lift one foot to take a step. Let me explain why the gluteus medius is so important for walking and balance. The gluteus medius is a hip abductor, meaning it pulls your leg away from your body. Its primary function is to stabilize your pelvis during the stance phase of walking. When you lift one foot off the ground, the gluteus medius on the standing side contracts to prevent your pelvis from dropping on the opposite side. If this muscle is weak, your pelvis drops with every step. This causes your upper body to lean to the opposite side, creating a waddling gait. This abnormal gait puts excessive stress on your hip joint, your lower back, and your knee on the stance leg. Over time, this can lead to pain and degeneration in all these areas. Strengthening the gluteus medius improves your walking efficiency, reduces stress on your joints, and decreases your risk of falls. A 2020 study from Tufts University discovered that targeted hip exercise reduced chronic knee pain by 45% in adults over 60. This happened because the stronger hip took the pressure off the knee joint. Before we go further, if this is making sense so far, hit that like button. It tells me you want more videos like this. To perform the side leg lift, stand sideways next to a sturdy wall or counter. Place your inside hand flat against the wall for total balance. Keep your body tall and straight like a soldier. Do not lean your torso to the side during this movement. Slowly lift your outside leg out to the side while keeping your toes pointing straight ahead. Do not let your foot turn outward like a ballerina. Lift the leg about 12 inches off the floor. Hold it for a brief second and then slowly lower it back down. Perform 10 lifts on one side, then turn around and do 10 lifts with the other leg. You will feel this working deep inside the side of your hip. To keep these hip joints moving smoothly without pain, you need healthy cartilage. Cartilage is the slippery tissue that cushions the ends of your bones. Vitamin C helps your body create collagen, which repairs this vital cushioning. Eating one medium orange or 1 cup of sliced strawberries gives you about 80 milligrams of vitamin C to support this process. But wait until you see the next exercise, which fixes the most common cause of lower back pain in seniors. The fourth exercise is the standing glute kickback. Most people think that lower back pain is caused by a weak back, but actually, back pain often happens because your buttock muscles have completely gone to sleep. Doctors call this gluteal amnesia, which is the medical term for muscles that forget how to work because we sit on them too much. Think of your buttocks like the heavy foundation of a house. If the foundation cracks or softens, the walls upstairs start to creak and bend. When your buttock muscles stop working, your lower back muscles have to work twice as hard to keep you standing straight. This constant overwork makes your back feel tight and sore every morning. The target muscle here is the gluteus maximus, which is the largest muscle in your entire body. It is responsible for pushing your body forward when you walk or climb stairs. Let me explain the importance of the gluteus maximus for lower back health. The gluteus maximus is the primary hip extensor. It is responsible for extending your hip when you stand up, walk, and climb stairs. When the gluteus maximus is weak, your lower back muscles and hamstrings have to compensate. This compensation leads to overuse and tension in the lower back, resulting in chronic pain. The gluteus maximus also plays a role in maintaining proper pelvic alignment. When it is weak, the pelvis can tilt forward, increasing the curve in your lower back and putting additional stress on your spinal discs. Strengthening the gluteus maximus not only improves your ability to perform daily activities, but also reduces your risk of lower back pain. A 2024 study from the University of Southern California revealed that strengthening the glutes reduced chronic lower back discomfort by 52% in seniors within 12 weeks. To perform this, stand facing your kitchen counter and place both hands on the edge. Lean your upper body forward just a tiny bit, keeping your spine perfectly straight. Keep your left leg slightly bent at the knee to protect the joint. Slowly extend your right leg straight backward behind you. Keep your knee straight as you move your leg back. Do not arch your lower back to get the leg higher. The movement should only come from your hip joint. Squeeze your buttock muscle tightly at the back for 2 seconds. Slowly bring your foot back down to meet the other one. Do 10 repetitions on the right side, then switch to the left side for another 10 repetitions. To help these large muscle fibers heal and grow, you need optimal levels of vitamin D. Vitamin D is a hormone-like vitamin that helps your body absorb nutrients and regulates muscle protein synthesis. Synthesis is the medical word for how your body builds new proteins. You can get 800 international units of vitamin D by eating 3 ounces of cooked wild salmon or taking a high-quality supplement after speaking with your doctor. I would love to hear your story. What made you click on this video today? Share in the comments. The fifth and final exercise is the seated knee extension. Most people think that you must stand up to build functional leg strength, but actually you can build massive strength in the most critical walking muscle while sitting safely in a chair. This is perfect if you have bad balance or fear falling during exercise. Think of your knee joint like a rusty hinge on a garden gate. If you do not move the gate through its full range of motion, the rust builds up until the gate gets completely stuck. The seated knee extension pumps lubricating fluid into your knee joint. This fluid is called synovial fluid, which is the body natural oil that stops bones from grinding together. This exercise targets the vastus medialis, which is the teardrop-shaped muscle on the inner side of your knee. This specific muscle keeps your kneecap sliding in a straight line so it does not rub against your bones. Let me explain the function of the vastus medialis and why it is so important for knee health. The vastus medialis is one of the 4 muscles that make up the quadriceps. It is located on the inner side of your thigh and is responsible for the last few degrees of knee extension. This muscle is critical for maintaining the proper tracking of the patella or kneecap. When the vastus medialis is weak, the patella can track laterally or to the outside, causing pain and wear on the cartilage. This is a common cause of patellofemoral pain syndrome, which is pain at the front of the knee. Strengthening the vastus medialis helps to realign the patella and reduce pain. The seated knee extension is one of the most effective exercises for targeting this specific muscle because it isolates the quadriceps and allows you to focus on the contraction. A 2019 study from Johns Hopkins University found that older adults who performed seated knee extensions twice a week increased their walking speed by 19%. Faster walking speed is one of the top indicators of a long, healthy life. To do this exercise, sit back deeply in a firm chair with your back resting against the backrest. Keep your thighs parallel to each other and your feet flat on the floor. Slowly straighten your right knee until your leg is perfectly straight out in front of you. Pull your toes back toward your shin to stretch your calf muscle at the same time. Hold your leg locked straight for 3 full seconds while squeezing the top of your thigh tightly. Slowly lower your foot back down to the floor over a count of 3 seconds. Do 12 repetitions on one side, then repeat the process with your left leg. You should feel the muscle just above your kneecap working hard. To protect the nerves that send signals to this critical walking muscle, your body requires vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 maintains the protective coating around your nerves. You can find up to 6 micrograms of vitamin B12 in 3 ounces of lean beef or 2 cups of low-fat milk. Let us pump the brakes for a second because safety must always come first. I am not saying this to scare you, but you need to listen to your body signals very carefully. Muscle tiredness is completely normal when you start these movements. A mild burning feeling in the muscle means it is working. However, sharp pain, clicking sounds accompanied by pain, or swelling in your joints are not normal. If you experience any sudden dizziness, shortness of breath, or chest pain while doing these exercises, stop immediately. Sit down and rest. You should consult your doctor before starting this routine if you have had a recent hip or knee replacement. If you have severe osteoporosis, which is the medical term for brittle bones that break easily, you must be extra gentle. Never force a movement if it causes your joints to pinch or ache. So you are convinced. But you might be thinking, how do I actually fit this into my busy day? The best part about this routine is that you do not need a gym membership or special clothes. You can easily do these exercises while waiting for your morning coffee to brew or during commercial breaks of your favorite television show. Start with the simplest option first. Pick just 2 of these exercises to try tomorrow morning. For example, do the supported chair stands and the countertop calf raises. Do them just 3 days a week, like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Give your body a rest day in between so your muscles have time to rebuild and get stronger. This fits perfectly into any budget because it is entirely free. You only need a chair, a wall, and your own body. Look, There is a lot of confusing health noise out there on the internet today. You do not need to overthink this or buy expensive workout gear. Reclaiming your independence and protecting your joints comes down to simple, daily consistency. Start tomorrow with just 5 chair stands while you make your breakfast. Your body will tell you if it is working because you will notice it feels just a little bit easier to get out of your car or walk up your driveway. These are the small changes that add up to a big difference in your quality of life. If this video helped you, hit that like button. And if you want more videos like this, make sure you are subscribed because we post new health tips every single day. Stay healthy, stay strong.